Greetings, everybody. It's Instructor E. Well, I am going to cover a subject that is quite controversial. These are going to be writing tools for new students. Keep in mind, this is focused on new college students, not advanced students. Honestly, you take a class like this in college. However, we always sometimes need a refresher. So I am going to show you a couple of different tools that I like to use when I'm writing. Now, typically my papers at the doctoral level are APA format, but in undergrad, a lot of times it's MLA. So I am going to cover some MLA stuff. I'm going to show you some tools that can help improve your writing. And also, I am going to show you something that's kind of controversial, and that is going to be using ChatGPT as a tool. I'm going to say it again, as a tool. Not write your papers for you, not to change it. Keep in mind, this is public domain and public record of this video. So if anybody goes back, because you said Instructor E told me to use ChatGPT, then no. Um, They can play the video and they'll see exactly what I said. I do not use that tool to write my papers. I will use it as a tool to help with spelling and grammar, further help with that. But my actual go-to is actually Grammarly, and I'm going to cover a bit of that as well. So make sure you pay attention to what I said. I'm going to say it again for the third time as a warning. Do not Do not use ChatGPT to write your papers and assignments. In fact, I'm going to show you definitely a reason why you should not. I know I spent 2 minutes on this intro, but um, I'm going to try to cover this as fast as I can, um, and we're going to dig in. So, one of the first tools that I tell, and I have it pulled up on the screen, I tell any bachelor's, well, correction, undergrads, um, I'll produce website for MLA formatting. This is a great tool to use, and they cover everything from in-text citation rules, the format listings, to formatting quotes. Honestly, there's a lot here to be used. How to do books. But one of the key things actually look at is they have sample works here. That's one of the biggest things I tell people to zero in on. So you have MLA sample of works cited. You can see that. Again, you can go back to the guide on on in-text citation formatting, endnotes and foot markers, quotations, and look at that. But they actually have some samples here that you can take a look at, and that's one of the coolest things here. They also have a sample paper, and in that sample paper, they actually give you a lot of good goodies there. I'm gonna download this one, and we're gonna open it. And they give you a lot of good goodies on how to format it, reason why it's formatted. Keep in mind that your professor may have specific instructions on font size, but you can use this as a general guide when they tell you MLA style. And also, Al Purdue does have APA as well. Hold on. So if I were to go um, Owl Purdue APA, excuse me, they have the same references here as well, and student sample papers, a professional paper, etc. So Owl Purdue is a good utility to use. It's not the end all be all, but it'll get you headed in the right direction. So that's why I bring that up because it's just a lot of information here. You do want to make sure that you're using the right edition um, of whatever format you're using. APA is at seventh edition, MLA here ninth. So overall, you need to make sure that you understand that. Okay. So there's a second useful tool here, and I'll show you another one that I like with that. There is a site source. Again, you have to be careful with this tool. So if I go to what are dreams, right? And I click on the website, I have all this. Now, of course, we want to use scholarly journals and things of that, but um, it gets a little bit different as you go through your degrees. And I'm just using this for purposes. So let's say I want to cite this website. Now, you can cite books and journals and articles, but we're going to do this website. I'm going to hit cite on that, and it's going to take us to the citation machine, which I think, yep, that's what I was the second tool I was showing you. Um, and we're going to do cite that, and we'll look at the information, date, access, doesn't know the publisher, shows us Cleveland Clinic, but this will get you in the right ballpark. You just have to fill out the information. I'm not going to go through all that because, again, I'm trying to keep this a shorter video. But watch what happens when I hit complete citation. Complete citation. I forgot you. Sometimes you have to view the sponsored message. But the good thing about it is that, you sit through it. That is one of the things I forgot that you have to do. It's not all the time, but sometimes. Because they want you to buy it, of course. But you can see it here. These are some older citations I've done. Um, but you can change the format. You can change it to MLA 9 and all your references. The Dreams one is right here. And you can copy the citation or you can copy the in-text citation or you can export the entire thing out. As you can see, I actually use this one quite a bit. Um, Again, I have a paid subscription, but I don't want to log into it. But you can use it for free. That was a point that I was trying to show. This will at least get you ballpark. That's one thing about it. So we could actually literally copy the citation. And I have a paper that I actually set up. It's partly for the next exercise we're going to do. And I'm going to put that citation in. And guess what? It's in. You just got to be sure that you're choosing MLA or APA. You might have to sit through a couple of ads while you're doing it, but it'll save you some time and trouble if you like to do that. Again, you always want to check and make sure these formats are correct, but this will at least get you started ballpark. I haven't seen where it's just 100% off. And also, you have to make sure that you fill out all those fields that it asked you to fill out when it came to the citation. Keep that in mind. You have to do that. Okay. So let's talk about another tool and we'll keep the Word document up here. Another tool, and it's free for students, is Grammarly. So I like Grammarly. I use Grammarly a lot. Again, I actually have a paid subscription to Grammarly, but you can use it for free. Again, another free tool. In fact, I have the free version running on another account I have. And this is actually some text, and I'll get rid of this, that I actually just pulled. I typed in sample bad paragraph. So it's nobody's assignment or anything like that. Um, and I just cut and pasted in here. Well, you can use Google, I mean not Google, but built-in word tool for review and spelling. But I like Grammarly. Grammarly will give you, once you download it, it's free. You sign up for it as a student. Use your student email, and it will make corrections. See that? And it'll actually give you suggestions on grammar as well. for the paid version. I think they give you one or two for free as well during the day. You can use them all up. But you can see how it's picking out all of these mistakes that are in this paragraph. But let's get to the biggest one. How to use AI such as ChatGPT. Well, I will tell you. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about that. Look, if you use it correctly, it can be a great tool. If you use it wrongly, you're going to be in a world of hurt. Let me show you. So I go down here to ChatGPT and I can say, write me a 100 word paragraph about biology. And it'll write. Sounds great, right? Well, a lot of colleges and universities now are using AI checkers. Oh, yeah, they really are. In fact, if I take this, and this is a free Grammarly AI detector. Now, you just saw me do that, right? I'm going to paste that in here. And I'm going to hit check text. And it's going to check for AI. And look what it says. 100% of this text appears to be AI generated. So, no, don't do it. It's plagiarism anyway. But colleges and universities are using AI detectors. They're using it in conjunction with the plagiarism checkers that they're using. Think about it. This is a free AI checker. So it's not the most top of the line one like the school is paying for. And it instantly caught on just like that. And you could change, and I played with it, changed a couple of words around, and guess what? Percentage went down a little bit, but I think the furthest down I got was like 92%. So do not, I repeat again, and it's an integrity thing. Also, do not use AI to write your stuff. But there is a proper way. Now, normally I like to get my friends and family. There's a couple people I I I do trust. I usually get them to check for just spelling and grammar. Um, However, sometimes I get busy and I don't have time to reach out, or I have a tight deadline on a piece of work. So in those cases, I will use chat to do one thing only, and follow my instructions very carefully when it comes to this. I will say this, and I will spell this out. Check my passage that I am submitting, or that I will submit for spelling. And like I said, I did not tell anybody to oh, and that's the other thing I like about Grammarly. If you notice, if I make a misspell word here, it actually will check here too as well. It's actually Grammarly that's still running. It's multi-platform. That's another reason why I like it. So you can use it for emails and the whole 9 yards when it's running. For spelling and grammar only. Any spelling or grammar changes, put them in quotation marks. If I could type, I still even be able to type. Notice my instructions to chat. Check my passage that I will submit for spelling and grammar only. Any spelling or grammar changes, put them in quotation marks. We see that? All right. So I'm going to hit enter. Chat should be ready. Chat's ready. So I'm going to go here to this little passage. Take this passage. I'm going to copy. I'm going to paste. Now, if you notice, chat is reading through and chat is showing in quotation marks, spelling and grammar. Chat is not changing anything. Now, I still don't cut and paste this. Not at all. I will pull up my Word document. Now, usually I will, I'm working on two screens, not one. But I will pull up my Word document. I will put it side by side and I will check out and see what needs to be changed. So I can see after all here, I can see if I were, I can see she said she passed the summer. That's fine. That's already in quotation marks. That is one annoyance is if you have quotation marks um in your paper, then you have to watch. But I can see it changed the spelling of because. This is all stuff if you notice that Grammarly has picked out actually. So that's what I'm saying. If you notice, I'm not using it to write anything. I'm not using it to change my words. That's why I tell it to check for spelling and grammar only and show me. Another interesting thing you can do if you want to make sure is you could put provide a specific bulleted list of spelling and grammar mistakes. Now, if you notice, I can see the mistakes right here. Again, chat is not writing anything for me. Chat is not changing anything for me. The only thing I'm using it is as a tool, as I would Grammarly or the built in word tool to check for any mistakes. That is all. That is all I use it for. Nothing more. So don't go back again and say Instructor E told you to run your stuff through ChatGPT. I am very specific. This is a video that anybody can go back and hear exactly what I'm saying and exactly what I'm showing. So, hey, you know, if you use it like the tool it's meant to be, there's nothing wrong with using it as a tool that it can be. We should always use every tool to its fullest extent. Um, With that said, there is a line to cross when it comes to plagiarism. There's a line when it comes to academic integrity, and you do not want or need to cross that line. I don't myself. This, what you see me doing, is what I normally will do. I say normally because I don't always use chat. I prefer to rely on my friends um, because there are a lot of times when chat is wrong. I've had a lot of wrong suggestions. So knowing grammar yourself is great, but I know we always can't always make it somebody. So if there's a tool out here that can help us with some of that, let's do that. So the final thing that I want to show that I do a lot sometimes is I will actually use the thesaurus on here. So let's say like right here. After all, well, we'll actually fix that. That's grammar. Like I said, I like Grammarly. After all, it was all the things you could do without cell phones or TVs or anything else. Let's say I wanted another transition instead of after all. Well, I will go in here and I'll put synonyms for after all. Again, this is called a thesaurus that we used to use for certain words, phrases, and I'm just using Google as a thesaurus. But it's really good. It'll actually give you similar words. Most importantly, above all, beyond everything, most of all, ultimately, I can find similar words. It'll actually show antonyms as well. In fact, there's an online thesaurus that you can use. All of this is from the Oxford Languages package. So I use this quite a bit. Sometimes I'll click on a thesaurus. That's usually the first thing that comes up. and it'll give you suggestions. It'll give you adverbs. It'll give you all. Again, I'm just using it as a thesaurus. Um, Anybody my age knows what a thesaurus is. So we used to use them all the time when we wrote, especially when I was doing my undergrad. We didn't have all these online tools. So in some ways, things have gotten a bit easier, but we just have to be careful. I mean, we have citation generators, we have ChatGPT that can help with spelling and grammar only. That's it. Um, we have online thesauruses. Um, and there's a lot of other tools we use. Like if you notice one up here, there's Zotoro. This is when you start getting more advanced. You have bibliographies, and Zotoro is a great tool. It's a manager for papers. You just click here and you see my collection of different research papers. Yeah, I have a bunch. I'm not even done with it. I'm actually migrating it from my old computer. Um, so yeah, you can see some of the different papers and things I have in here already. And you can actually use like Zotoro to do your citations and bibliography, but that's not at your level. Um, for now, those tools I gave you will help. If you use the formatting from Owl Purdue, that'll help clean up a lot. If you use the citation generator a bit to help you start getting in the ballpark, again, you have to check those um, to make sure because the citation generator will get it wrong. Um, Using Grammarly or ChatGPT or the built-in word tool to help with your spelling and grammar. These are all just tools I'm trying to help you with. But like I said, universities are using, and like I said, this is just a little free Grammarly tool for AI, and this is a plagiarism checker too. So, there's some free tools out there, but trust me, they're not as good as the ones we use at the university and collegiate level. And not to mention the databases that are created from all the student papers that we take and put them in a database. I didn't know if you know that as well. Whenever you turn in papers, they put into a database, so that database will also keep up with plagiarism. So those are just a few things I think that'll help with the writing. I'm sorry that this is not one of my best videos, but this is a quick one. I thought I need to get out there to help students that I've seen that may have some writing issues. Okay. So don't forget them. Go back and look at this video and, you know, have a good day. And I'll see you next lesson.